Good morning, hello, welcome back to another studio vlog. Today is Wednesday, the 14th of June. I hope you are well. I am well, as a general rule. I'm in a bit of an odd mood this morning. There was a random attack in Nottingham yesterday, or early yesterday morning. So it's just kind of been on the forefront of my mind as more news has come out about it, and now people have been identified and such. It feels a little surreal, and there were random attacks. So it's just not a fun time. So I'm not going to talk about it. So to clear my brain a bit this morning, I went on a very nice walk. I walked to it. If you can hear running water, we've moved the cat's water fountain-y thing to in here. They seem to use it more. I don't know why. Anyway, I went on a nice little walk this morning. I went to a different place than I usually go to. It was about an hour and a half round route, probably because I kept stopping and filming, but generally very nice and peaceful. And I left at 7 this morning, and it was so nice because there was no kids on their way to school yet. There were just a few people walking their dog, and just the standard exchange of good morning as I was walking around, and saw some duckies and some Canadian geese, or as they're called in Canada, geese. I mean, they might not be. They might still be called Canadian geese, but Canadian geese. And it was just so peaceful. And the sun was shining. The skies are blue. And it's exactly what I needed today. So I put just one earbud, for safety. Got to keep my wits about me in my good ear. Keep the good ear out, block the bad ear. And listen to a podcast for a bit. And then switched to rock music, which was so nice. Found some new bands that I'm enjoying. I'm really enjoying Ghost at the moment. They're not a new band, but Mario told me about ages ago that I should listen to Ghost because I'd enjoy them. And, they dress up as priests and they have scary makeup on. So I was like, ooh. Mario just likes, he likes a more eclectic mix. Well, I don't know. He generally likes a bit harder rock music than I do. I like a classic rock, an 80s hair metal. That's my speed. But he recommended Ghost, and then I finally started listening to them. I was like, oh, they're actually quite good. You were correct in your assessment. But yeah, I had a really nice wander around in nature, just trying to take my mind off things. And anyway, I'm dying yarn today, folks. I'm dying yarn today because I want to have a shop update next month, and I currently have no yarn to go in the shop. So I'm dying yarn because I really need to, and I might just have a bit of a play, have a bit of fun. I really want to dye gelatinous cube colourway, but I might have to wait because I placed a large dye order and it's coming tomorrow. And also it's being announced today. I need to share my post later on. I am doing a movie collab thing where we dye yarn inspired by various movies. This theme is Cozy Night In. Now, I have the added issue of all of my yarn is inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. So I've tweaked a little bit, not the theme of the film, but I've tweaked a little bit what I dye. And I've gone with a fantasy film, A Cozy Night In, Stardust. Lovely film, great film. I watched it loads. I own the DVD of it. So I used to watch it on my portable DVD player. But back in the day when you had portable DVD players. And so that is the film that I will be doing. And that listing will be going live on the 21st of June. I'll put it on the screen. And the date changed. It was going to be the 24th and I can't remember if the date changed or not. Anyway, yes. Let's go dye yarn. Let's stop procrastinating. Come on. In my last video, I dyed up a deep purple colour to go with the Knit Crawl Yarn Club colourway. And a few people in the Discord said, hey, is that a recreatable colourway / can I have some? So, I don't know. Let's find out. I think it's going to be a bit of a pain in the butt to dye because it's such a saturated colourway. But doesn't mean I can't try. I know what I used, and I think I need to use a little bit less of some things and a little bit more of other things. So I'll have an experiment today, and I'll see. And I'll see how it goes. Bit annoying. I think I can only dye 2 of that colour in a pan, or in a pot actually, which is not ideal. But that's okay. So I'm going to try and recreate that colourway today on a non-yak skein, so it won't be as dark, but still might be pretty. So I'll give it a whirl. I'll give it a whirl and see what happens. Rinsed off the dark purple colour. Looks very nice. I very much like it, so that's good. It takes ages to exhaust, but that's okay. I'll get some more yarn in to soak and I'll try it on a different base. That was just sturdy sock, so I'll try it on merino sock and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I do struggle with a tonal. Just one of those things. I think I'm too impatient. But yeah, I'm dyeing up I Hit Things for Money, and then I think I'm going to dye up either I Want to Stay Up to See the Sunrise or Blooming Grove or something like that. But I am going to have to go get some lunch in a minute because I'm hungry. But I haven't done that much this morning. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know. I feel like I'm going very slow. Somehow. I don't know. news. Lunch has been had. Back down, back to dyeing yarn. I'm currently dyeing. I want to stay up to see the sunrise. The first purple skeins I've dyed are almost dry. I'm soaking some more so I can try it again on a different base. And then I'm actually off to the cinema this evening. I don't know what time it is. It's 10 to 1. So I'm going to try and dye up this colourway and maybe one more. We'll see. And I'm off to the cinema this evening. So we're going to see, we being my sister and myself, are going to see The Little Mermaid, the new one. Very excited. Unfortunately, I don't actually have a project ready to take with me for demonstrating how long a film is by how much knitting I got under. It's a film. So I finished the first sock that I knit through Guardians of the Galaxy, and so I'm going to cast on, I need to knit the cuff of that. So I might stop dyeing at about 3:30, 3 o'clock, and then yeah, go inside and knit that because I need to get it ready to go. Yeah, this new Little Mermaid film is 2¼ hours long. That's such a long film. That's such a long film for like a kids film. So yeah, this is going to be interesting because I started knitting the heel during Guardians of the Galaxy, so I need to like take the original sock to measure it against. Not ideal, but that's fine. Yeah, the yarn drying outside, oh, I love it. It's drying so quickly. Sure, I'm a sweaty mess in here, but it's nice to see yarn drying so quickly when in the winter I struggle making the most of it. I wish I'd done a bit more yarn dyeing this week. I don't know. I just didn't. It's one of those things. Yeah, and so I'm just going to dye up this yarn here. When this is done, I've got some to rinse. I just had to sit down for a minute because my feet ache. And I need to get some Crocs. It's what I need to do. I really need to get some Crocs. But yeah, I'm just going to dye up that yarn and then go inside and cast on the cuff of Mario's sock, ready to take to the cinema with me. While I'm in, I also need to change my t-shirt because I'm covered in, I could have a quick shower, truth be told, not wash the face, but body down because I'm covered in dye and I've been sweating, so maybe I'll do that. Freshen up a bit before I go to the cinema. But it's only 2:20, so it is quite early doors. Like, in a normal day I could be dyeing more because it's actually quite a nice temperature now. It's too hot in the mornings. But I'm tapping out. I'm going to the cinema. I need to cast on a sock. I have all these excuses. I don't need any more. We're going to do the standard trick when we get to the end of the dye day. Go inside, leave these, say that you're leaving these to cool and then you'll come back and rinse, but actually you're just dying to sit down with a glass of ice cold Diet Coke. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to cast on this sock. It's 3 o'clock, folks. It's 3 o'clock. My legs are sore. I ordered some more Aztec Gold Jacquard dye from Empress Mills, which is where I get them from, and it came today and I realised I've ordered the wrong blimmin' thing. I've ordered eye dye instead of the acid dye. So I've emailed and said, hello, I made an error. May I return these, please? And hopefully, fingers crossed, they say yes. It's entirely my fault, so I'm, you know, all right with it, but it's just annoying. Also, here is the first of Mario's socks that I finished. It looks massive, but I think it's all right. I was meant to get him to try it on. Actually, looking at it, it's all right. I measured it up against another pair of his socks that I have down here, but I need to cast the cuff on. But it's a 2¼ hour film, and I'm worried that I'm going to get onto the heel again. So I'm going to have to like measure it next to it and sort of guesstimate when the heel starts. Errors were made. Essentially, I just need to have a pair of socks and needles for Mario at all times because he wears them all winter. So this was a pair that I made out of the Fibre Fox. It's on her merino. Note to self, don't ever get merino for him. I know this, even though this is Yakka merino. On her tweed base, I don't think there's enough nylon in it for how much Mario wears socks. Well, I mean, there's no nylon in it because it's the nep. The nep's meant to make it all right, but we've got this hole. Why did he not give this to me earlier? I do not know. So we've got this hole, and then we've got this hole here on his toe, and then we've got the other sock, this one on his heel, and we've got this one on his toe. 2! So that's going to be fun to mend. Mum was like, can't you just take the heel out and reknit it? But I don't think I can because I've done a dropped. He did a heel flap and gusset. If I'd have done an afterthought heel, yes. Like I could just reknit the toe, which I'm tempted to in all fairness, in just like a contrast. But at the heel, I don't think I can reknit. If anyone's got any advice, because there's the big hole and then 2 little holes, and then I'm going to have to get my speed weave out. It's just going to be a huge patch on his heel, because, yeah, that's not today's task. Today's task is casting on the other one of this sock. It's not 4:15. Oh, thank goodness it's 3:15. I think the minute hand might have fallen. I need to fix my clock. But yeah, I need to cast on the cuff because I can't knit rib in the cinema. I need to see what I'm doing to knit it. So I've got a nice cold glass of Diet Coke. Maria's just had some coffee delivered. Delightful. And yeah. So how I think I'm going to make this work by being able to see where the heel starts in the cinema is with the power of, not my whole notions pouch, but stitch markers. They're magical. Come on. I make these for a job. Where are all of mine? Literally all the ones in here are other people's. Here we go. We've got a strawberry. Not that I don't want to show off other people's, but you know. Oh, that's not helpful. Those are all my closed ring ones. I keep them all on a little doodad. For ease also means if I lose one, I lose all of them. This is the problem is because I sell them, I tend to not keep many, but I keep a few every now and then. There's the first slip stitch. So if I put a stitch marker in the last row, then when I line my sock up with it, I'll be able to see it will like hopefully it will be able to shine off whatever's happening on the screen, or I can just feel it and I should be able to see and line it up. It might be a few rows short, but I don't think Mario will mind, in all fairness. We'll see. This might be a fail. If we don't see a reel on this, or a short form content, then you know that it didn't work. Or I'll talk about it in next week's podcast. One of the two. But we can but try. Hey folks, so I am back from the cinema. It's 8:30. The lighting is glorious. I said to Mario earlier, I wish that daylight lasted as long as it does in the summer, all year round. The cats have just eaten, so now they've got the zoomies. Of course they have. But yes, very much enjoyed the film. I won't show you how much I've knit, because that will be coming up in short form content form. Plus I've got one from last week that I hit myself in the face. Also need to record. And yeah, very excited. But yes, the film overall, very good. Uh-oh, they have the zoomies. I enjoyed it. I will say that Avatar that we saw in January has kind of ruined how underwater animation looks. Just because that film was so good. There were points when I was watching The Little Mermaid where I was like, you are clearly not underwater. Whereas I never felt like that with Avatar. But I don't know. I did enjoy it though. I thought it was really, really good. Wait, ladies. I did really enjoy it though. I thought it was really good. Yeah, just a classic. And I didn't get as much knit as I thought I was going to, but I think it's because I was talking to Charlotte, my sister, about this as we were walking home. Miso's going to meow over me every time I start talking, so I'm just going to talk through her meowing. She's absolutely fine. She just has the zoomies and wants to play, but I just shouted at them because they were beating each other up. Anyway, it's exactly the same as a Disney film, just 45 minutes longer, somehow. So I knew exactly what was going to be happening because I've seen this film many times. So there were no tense moments, so I didn't speed up knitting at any point. It was nice. It was just consistent knitting. But yeah, I did enjoy it and thought it was really, really good. So yeah, I wish they got someone else to do Ursula's makeup because I feel like it could have been better. But, you know, overall, I thought the film was great. I enjoyed it. That's my film analysis. Yeah, so I rinsed out those tubs of yarn before I went out. I had a very quick shower, neck down, which means I looked in the mirror just now after I just nipped to the loo when I got back, and I've got like speckles of dye on my face, and I had not noticed or realised. It's all part of the fun. So the yarn is rinsed. I hung it outside while I was at the cinema, and then I've just taken it in now. Some of it is completely dry, some of it is not, so I'll whack it outside tomorrow just to finish it off. And I might try and dye some yarn tomorrow. I have like £200 worth of dyes arriving tomorrow. I'm very excited. And then I need to work on the yarn that I'm doing for this movie collaboration. The reveal's on the 21st. It goes live on the 24th. So I'm excited. I need to dye it. I've made a storyboard. Colour mood board, that's the one. I've made a mood board, but I do actually still need to dye it, so hopefully it turns out okay. Also, I've decided that while I'm doing this film collab thing, I might allow myself out of the pigeonhole of D&D themed yarn, and just do whatever I want, because it's my business and I can do that. It's, you know, it's good to mix it up sometimes. But overall, I'll be dyeing D&D themed yarn. Are you done making a noise? She was not done making a noise. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending the day with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. I most certainly did, and I feel better than I did this morning, which is nice. I could finish, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to finish Legends and Lattes, because I don't have too much left. So I might get all snuggly in my jammies and just lay on top of the bed, because I do not want to be under a duvet in these temperatures, and read Legends and Lattes. That'd be nice. And then fall asleep nice and early. Hopefully then wake up early tomorrow. Then go for a walk again. We'll rinse and repeat the day. It will be delightful. Anyway, Mary is out playing D&D this evening, which is why I went to cinema with Charlotte. Because it's meant to be Wife Wednesday. My day. Usually it means we end up going to the cinema. However, yes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, it would be wonderful if you were to subscribe. No pressure, obviously. And I do also have a Patreon if you want to get a bonus video every week. That's a thing that exists. And with all that being said, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you want to. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think the cats have just done, because I do not know. That was a loud bang. It's not cats, it's just cat singular, because the other one's just there. Just chilling like a villain. No, leave me a comment down below. What films have you seen lately in the cinema or out? Let me know. And yeah, I will see you very soon in my next video, whenever that shall be. Next week is a podcast. I'm filming a podcast for next week. That's what that shall be. Thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you soon. Bye. It takes me forever to round up videos these days.